Today, we have the pleasure to talk with Jeremy Zafran. Jeremy Zafran is running for his candidacy for District 1 in the Ville de Pincourt. Jeremy is that typical neighborhood family man. He's coached mostly all of his kids' softball games and baseball games. He's read at the local schools. His wife is an educator at Edgewater Elementary School, so he's been on the board of directors for elementary schools as well. And as well, he is on the board at the current moment for Mac High. Jeremy is now steering his focus to running for his candidacy for District 1 for the Ville de Pincourt. The pre-election date will be October 26th, and the election date will be November 2nd. So make sure to get out there and vote. Without further ado, let's start talking with Jeremy. Question for you. How long have you lived in Pincourt?
This would be our 17th year on the same street in the same house. When we moved in, there were trees here. There was a forest, which is why it's on forest. And we had a dream, and we found a lot that we wanted, and we purchased, we built, and we moved from the West Island out here, my wife and I. And our second child was born, and that's his first house, but our third child has only known this house. So
That's the one.
yeah, so I've got 3 kids still living at home and enjoying the life and the luxury of Pincourt, the quality of the environment that it provides.
Over this time that you've been here, what are some of the changes that you've seen? And from those changes, what's making you gear up to run for District 1?
A few things propelled me, Tim, into immersing myself into this. I've always had a drive to lead. I've always had a drive to be involved. I found in recent years the lack of communication from our current councils or past councils to the individual in Pincourt, not knowing exactly what is happening, what's transpiring, decisions that are taken. I have a need to know more. We have tax dollars going out. We're putting up purchases. We're buying things. We have an arena that's been sitting idle for as long as I can remember. And I understand there's movement on that right now, but I'm only finding out that there's movement on that because I got involved. And if I didn't, I would still be asking questions, what's happening with the arena? For the last 4 years, and every door that I've gone to, I've asked, who was our representative for the last 4 years? And I have had no answers. And that's a problem. And although the gentleman has left town, seemed like a very qualified person, I never met him. Well, that's not a good thing, because if he's deciding on our choices that we make in the city and we don't know what choices he's made, or is he taking the choices that his constituents want, well, that's a different story entirely. I think it's time that I will be more proactive, I'll be more vocal, I will be more present, and I will be more around and available to discuss decisions that are taken, reasons behind those decisions. Another thing, Tim, that I've had of late is congestion, traffic, and the endless building in this community. Now, it could also be that other communities within our community and surrounding areas and on this island are building excessively, but it affects our traffic flow and it affects our safety for our families, our kids, the elderly. When it comes time to morning rush hours, and Forest is now at De La Colline and we go to Forest, it has become like the Dakar Expressway at some mornings. If you don't leave at 6:30 or 6:45, you can spend an hour trying to get off your street. People are using Forest as like a main thoroughfare. That's got to stop. There have to be mitigation for the amount of speeding that's going on in the city. We have 1,000 stop signs. That doesn't help matters. It also damages the environment. I'm a traffic and transportation expert. When I worked at CBC, that was my role. I have a background in that. I want to know the feasibility studies on traffic flow in the city and why we're building up new condos. Yes, I understand we need the tax dollars, and that's fine. Where's the mitigating effect for all the new cars that are going to be added to the roads? And are we planning for that only after we build? That doesn't work. So that strategy has to change, and I'll put my expertise to the test in that. So things like excessive population growth, tax dollars, where are they being spent? And a final thing is maintaining our bilingual status. That was a fear. When I received the notice that we were looking at merging our cities, the 3 cities on island, my first instinct was, no, you're not taking away our bilingual status, but there's more to it. There has to be a conversation. And the more that I've met people in District 1 discussing that topic, I found that there's an interest in finding out what the conversation is. Why do they want to merge with us? No problem. I think that we should have that conversation. But in the end of it, there will not be a loss of bilingual status. We will not accept the tax burden from other cities, neighboring cities who want to burden us with their debt load, which we don't have, and the merging and of course, inevitable loss of services. When you merge services, you end up losing your services. So there's a lot of effects before you even go into those discussions that are not positive, but I'm definitely open to having a conversation, finding out why it is that they want to merge and what are the benefits of those mergers.
Well, I appreciate you sharing all that, because a lot of that information wasn't shared in the past. I didn't know about it.
Sure.
So I'm guessing that's one of the big reasons why you're taking the leap. You're talking about communication. How are you actively going to try and communicate with the population, which when you're looking on StatsCan, average age is around 41 years old? What's the main way to communicate with people? Is it going to be weekly meetings? Is it going to be Facebook posts? What would be the best avenue that you see to be able to gain the trust, be seen, and also be heard at the same time?
Considering it my job and what I do and my identity is to communicate, that's what I will be doing. You're going to hear from me. We will hear from you. I like to listen. I want to hear what your ideas are. Whether it's quarterly updates, meetings, flyers that just get sent out, or text messages. Social media is a key platform these days. And yes, average age of 41, our council average age is over 60, 70. It's not representative of the next generation. The concerns for our kids as they grow up and want them to stay in this community and not move out and build from within and continue the heritage of our families that are here. I will be in touch with our constituents. I will have my website available, though as of right now, it's up. I'm using QR codes, so you can access my information directly. You can send notes to me at any point, day or night. I'm always available. You have to be available, you have to be present, and you have to be accessible. And I will be all three.
And so you're saying that people can just click on your QR code,
Yep.
or they could get onto your website, send you a direct message, and then you'll be able to take that information higher up?
I can take that higher up. I can answer directly. I'll just have a coffee. I'll come to your house. You'll come to my place. We'll have a chat. I'm open to anything. We're all in the same community. We don't live that far from each other.
Right.
We have at this point a very limited amount of people. District 1 is a large district, but it's large with land and buildings and condos, and it's not as populous, but we have enough that we kind of all know each other. We all have familiar faces, and we all have similar concerns. We all want health and happiness. And I'm willing to take a listen to numerous different points of views. And on these walks that I've taken, door to door, that I've been going for the last few weeks, I have been amazed by topics that are not relevant necessarily to me, but are completely relevant to the people that I'm talking to. And it's something that sits on them on a day-to-day basis, and they're not being heard. Now they're being heard. I've taken note. I've understood what some of the things that are being missed, and I'm willing to work on those.
So talking about what you want to work on, let's fast forward a little bit. You are elected. What are your first steps? What's on your agenda that you need to get done right away? And what could kind of maybe wait till a little bit longer?
Well, I'd like to get a hold of understanding some of the decisions, more transparency. Yes, putting things up on our website for the city is great, but actually letting people know just a little more consistently what's happening, up to date with a newsletter, perhaps, maybe every month, maybe every quarterly session, have an update as to what has occurred at council in terms of decisions that were taken that may not even affect District 1, but affect the whole community. If you put up a brand new flashing Pincourt white bulb sign up on a road, I want to know what you spent that money on. Why did we do that? What's the strategy behind that? Is that encouraging? Is that just covering up the fact that half of our sidewalks need to be repaired? I mean, I don't know. So sidewalks, safety, spending, transparency, these are all going to be right out of the gate. As soon as I'm elected, that's the first thing I will be on the job right away.
And are you able to make that information? I think if we dig for it, you can notice that as public, but are you able to promote that in a cleaner fashion for people to see? Where would they be able to find that information?
Well, the website, of course, is going to have legalese, I'm sure, and all the technicalities, but
Right.
I can break it down, and with my expertise, I would be able to put it up on my site and just be able to clarify it. And what I would do is create a master list, perhaps, of all the citizens in District 1 where you can, I would create an emailing list for anybody who wants to get any update or send a direct note that I can easily send out, like I do with the governing board. I send out a mass email to the governing board. Everyone who's on it has access to files. They can read the files. I can post those files up. They can read it directly, so they don't have to go through the jumble that is the website for the city and try and figure out where they have to go to find it. I'll just place it in different folders and say decisions taken, roads, progress on communication with other cities. By the way, by just going back to that for one moment, I don't have an issue with having a relationship with the other cities, Notre-Dame-de-Terreau and Ile-Perrot, if it means sharing services. If this arena is what I'm being told will be in full swing very soon, or in the process of being built and finalized finally. Shared services between the two towns, instead of, perhaps Pincourt residents having to pay more money to go play if you're in El Perro, or you have to go and pay more money in a surrounding town. Maybe if we share the arena more, maybe we'll get the same cost deals that we can for our citizens to go to the swimming pool, let's say, in Vaudreuil, things like that.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, it seems like you're bringing up the arena a lot. Is that one of the main hot topics right now?
One of the ideas is why I got in originally, because every time I drive past that thing, I pull my hair out, because it was a multi-million-dollar boondoggle that the city's been straddled with. We finally seem to have purchased it with the previous administration. I think it was a $1 nominal transaction. But all the infighting from other parties and construction teams and banks and everything else that had absolutely nothing to do with our residents really ticked me off. And it got to the point where I'm still passing by this dilapidated building with it's marked up, it's tagged, it looks like a hazard, and it's a blemish in our city, and it needs to be fixed. So that was one of the reasons why I got to get in there and fix this. And then I found out that nobody was in our district for the last 6 to 8 months. The individual had left, and I'm like, well, there you go.
That can be
I'll throw my hat in the ring. Yeah, fine. Somebody has to talk, and I have a strong voice, and I'm willing to use it.
And do you feel like you have the time and the capacity to take on this role?
My schedule is quite flexible outside of certain hours during the day where I definitely do work. Open mornings, open weekends, open nights. It's not an issue.
That's good. I mean, it also helps with the communication, which is one of the big standing points that you're going for. You did mention where anybody in the region would be able to take a look and see the information for you. So we'll have your website down in the comments below.
Great.
We'll put up your QR code there as well, so people can get in touch with you. Jeremy, I want to thank you so much for your time. I would like to also let all the voters know that pre-election is going to be on the 26th. The election date is going to be November 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. So please get out there and make your voice heard. Get out there so we can see and have this community grow the way we would like it to. Do you have any last words?
The 26th, it's from noon to 8 at Chambleu, and the 2nd of November, Tim, it's also at Chambleu, but from 10 o'clock until 8 at night. And then hopefully the work gets started the next day on the 3rd.
And what do you do on the 3rd? You wake up in the morning, have a coffee, and what?
Probably absorb what has happened and then go to work at some point.
Right.
And then come back, because I believe the first council meeting might already be on the 4th or on the 11th. I have to double check, but we get right to work.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Jeremy, I really appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man, so we'll let you get going. But if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comment or contact Jeremy directly.
Perfect. And you too can get a hold of your own Pincourt socks. So
look at that. Fantastic.
All for the town.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, too.
Have a great day.
You too.